So if you remember, 6 months ago, I did a video about my teaching setup, which has changed, if you've noticed, in my last couple months of videos. I've redone what I had. I've upgraded some of my equipment, but because I'm creating so much content, I really needed a more versatile space. So I wanted to show you the top changes that I've made, and perhaps it will help you or inspire you to use different elements. So let me show you the different elements that I've added to my new space. The first thing I want to start out with is this new desk that I invested in. This is a Fully desk. It is a stand and sit desk, so it does offer you different types of mobility. I'm teaching in many different fashions and creating content that I really wanted a stand and sit desk. I also knew that I wanted a desk that was going to be easy for me to use. If I had to crank it, I knew I wouldn't do it. So this desk goes up and it goes down with just a click of a button, and I can adjust all of the settings in it. I also invested in a foot pad. So this again is from Fully. It is the foot pad that it keeps me moving, it keeps my joints healthy, it's allowing me to have the flexibility to not just stand on a flat ground. Notice that I usually teach in bare feet because who needs heels these days at home? So I love this foot pad that I can use if I'm standing, and I can switch it out really quickly. I also invested in the Fully supported chair. Now again, this video is not sponsored. I just really, truly love these products. This chair was an investment, but I was having a ton of back problems because I was trying to sit too tall, or I was leaning over too much, or I was leaning into the screen. So this chair has been really, really helpful for me. It also is on rollers, which I absolutely love. And it's been a great investment long-term for my body and my back. I do love on this chair the fact that you can sit on it in many different ways, adjust the height, and I did buy the ring at the bottom that really does help support my knees. Another option that I added is my new backdrop. Now I have a ton of backdrops downstairs in my other studio, but I really wanted something that was going to be more simple. A lot of my students were giving me wonderful feedback regarding, we love your bookshelf, it's really interesting, it's nice, but it does take away from focusing on you. After someone's watching me on Zoom for an hour or a 2-hour class, they really liked the idea of it having it to be more simple so that they could focus on me and not be distracted with the background. So I switched to this system, and it's been really helpful for me because I got the white backdrop to start off with, and I can change it out with the different colors. It's also fun to be able to say, I want to do pink today, or I'm feeling blue, and it's been really versatile for me. So that backdrop has really changed the idea of having a versatile space, but also having a space that feels a little bit more professional. The students can focus on me or people that I'm working with, or meetings that I'm having, or master classes or conferences, and I don't have to use that Zoom backdrop that we all hate because our head gets cut off or it looks really funky. So this has been a great option for me as well. Something else I did is I rearranged my office so that I am facing a window. I get natural sunlight on my face, which helps to reduce the use of a ring light, because that ring light does start to, after a while, affect your eyes. It's hard to look at for quite a long time. So the natural light has been helpful for me on a daily basis. I also really love being able to look out the window and see nature and look beyond the screen so my eyes have a second to adjust. That's been really helpful for me on a daily basis as a teacher versus staring at a screen all day long. That gets kind of old. So looking outside has been really helpful for me to change up the distance that my eyes are using. I also switched up my lighting. I'm not just using a ring light, I'm also using multiple 3-point lights that have been really helpful to change the colors. I can adjust the different settings, and it's offered me a valuable way to create different types of light when it's dark versus just a ring light coming straight on my face. As I'm sure you've realized after using the ring light, it does get a little bright, and so by creating side fills, it's allowed me to turn down the ring light just a little bit in the front so I don't get that ring on my eyes all day, but also it's a little bit less bright on my eyes. Something I've also done recently is I switched up and I'm using my phone for my camera now in all of my Zoom sessions. So I'm able to use my phone, which has a great camera already built in. I prop it up and I connect it to my laptop. And then what I do is I use an app. I really like Epic Cam, but there are a ton out there, and it turns my phone into a camera for my Zoom sessions. It does have bugs, it's not perfect, but it allows the students to see a better quality version of me versus plugging in my DSLR camera, which takes a lot more time. I want fast, easy, quick, and I can plug in, get set up, and go. I've also been playing with different sound options. I still love my Fi-Fi microphone because it is easy, it plugs directly into my computer. I don't have to set anything fancy up, but I have been playing with different audio. I've been using an H6 for a few different times to check it out with my podcast microphone that has a better quality. But I have discovered that it takes more time to set up, and sometimes I just want to be able to plug it in and move on down the road. So I'm still using my Fi-Fi microphone because it is just like the go-to. I still am using a laptop stand because I find that it's very helpful no matter what height my desk is, that I still get a straight-on version with my camera if I am using my laptop camera. I'm still using my iPad on the right. I do have an iPad Pro now on with a keyboard. This I have found extremely helpful because I can have all of my notes, I can have all of my appointments, all of my details of my students and whatnot into one little app. I also run my music off of it. I still have my Bose speaker, but I have it on my desk now, so it's a little more accessible to me on a daily basis, especially with lessons, singing lessons, coachings, and voice lessons. But I still am able to keep my desk really simple and organized. I hope this gives you some ideas and sparks some different options you might have with your desk. If you have any questions about any of these products, I am going to link them all below in the description box. Some of them are going to be affiliate links because I am an Amazon affiliate, but otherwise, if you have questions about them, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to answer and tell you any of the pros or cons. So happy teaching, everyone. Hope this helps you set up your home studio, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.